Welcome back to Virginia This Morning. Recently, Bill spoke with a doctor about these challenging times and how physicians cope with what's going on during the COVID-19 crisis while continuing to deliver the best medical care to their patients. Here's that conversation.
Having to go to the doctor during this pandemic can be overwhelming for a lot of us. Our next guest wants to share his expertise about the importance of compassion between doctors and patients. We welcome board-certified neurosurgeon Dr. Kaloostian to Virginia This Morning. Dr. Paul, thank you for taking some time for us. I'm reading your biography, and I was thinking probably you were 110 years old to get everything done that you've done in your career. So I was a little shocked. You have done so much. You've written books. You've written lots of medical journals. You've even written a book of poetry and a novel, and you're a neurosurgeon. And I'm thinking, okay, well, there's a reason why people, when you do something simple, they say, well, it's not brain surgery. Well, what you do is. And to me, that's an amazing thing that people can actually do that. Anyway, all of that study that you did, I'm getting to a question, all that study that you did got you ready to do the surgery that you do, but I'm guessing there's a lot more interaction with the patients that needs a lot of attention as well.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And I think a lot of people forget that. And what I always try and teach my students and colleagues is that the actual knowledge and surgical technique is, I would say, half of it. But the other half really comes down to the communication aspect of medicine. And I can't emphasize that enough. I can't tell you how many times, hundreds and hundreds of times, where patients have really thanked me and felt more comfortable after just discussing their pathology with them and answering all of their questions and really helping them understand what they are going through. I think that has really affected outcome in such a positive way, and I would just highly recommend that for all doctors out there.
You know, it's interesting. Anytime any of us go to the doctor and we find out there's some surgery needed, whether I had one of my thumbs operated on, and somebody said, well, that's minor surgery. I said, not me. When I get cut, that's major. But that's a long leap from that thumb to the old noggin there. And you even operate on the spine. I would imagine most people are just in panic when they come to you and we're talking brain surgery or spine surgery.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen all different sorts of emotions, from tears to some of them being actually quite excited for the surgery because they've been in such misery for so long. But absolutely, there's just a wide variety of emotion that people may display. And these pathologies that patients have are not easy. Patients are so courageous. They're brave. I write about them because I'm in awe of what they go through. People's stories are often forgotten, and it shouldn't be. Every person's story about their medical issues, is critical and is important, and we could all learn something from it.
So during the pandemic, obviously everything gets heightened. And, it's like I had to do a blood test recently, and I went, I don't have to go to the hospital because I don't want to go in there right now. And so are your patients, it's ramped up even more, I guess.
Honestly, it's getting worse. I never thought I would see that. And I swear, just about 3 weeks ago, Bill, our case load for COVID-19 was almost gone to zero. And within the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it's ramped up to about 210 patients. So half of our hospital, in essence, is COVID. I'm nervous. What if another 200 patients comes in? That hospital is literally going to be a COVID hospital, caring just for COVID patients. And where are we going to go? If we get some sort of sickness, so quite scary. Surprised that the United States is going through this. I never would have expected that for the United States. So let's see what happens. Hopefully the scientific experts can really get us through this tough time.
Well, and I'm guessing that's where this compassion and this communication that you're stressing today comes into play even more.
Absolutely. I think we all need to understand we're all in the same position, no matter what socioeconomic background we come from, what color of our skin, what religion, what race. We're all honestly in the same position here. We're all struggling to have a good life, to stay healthy. And I know a lot of us doctors, we're trying to help people and trying to get people healthy and keep them safe, help them in their greatest time of need, and definitely compassion, understanding for one another. We're all trying to go through this together. Let's be united, and we should stay united even after COVID is eliminated.
Well, I want to finish up with one of the thoughts that you started with, and I was pointing out that you're a neurosurgeon. You also operate on people's spines, and how just amazing that is to me that it can happen. But you said it's almost equally as important for doctors to be able to communicate and have feelings and talk to their patients. And I can guarantee you that people out there all over watching are saying, yes, it is. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. And I talk about all of these in my book, The Young Neurosurgeon, and a couple of my poetry books as well. They could be found online.
Fantastic. It was a pleasure and an honor to speak to you, sir. Have a great day.
You well. Thank you. Happy holidays.
For more information, we'll post a link on our show website by early this afternoon at WTVR.com/VTM.